All right, so our question of the day for multiplying fractions to solve word problems, discuss Janie. And Janie has 2 3/4 yards of yellow ribbon, but she uses 1/2 of the ribbon to decorate bookmarks for her cousins. And we want to know how many yards of ribbon did Janie use for the bookmarks. So when we get a word problem and there's fractions in it, and that word problem discusses food or some other item that a person starts off with a certain amount, and then they use a portion of that amount to do something else with it, that's a key signal that we should multiply those two fractions to figure out the answer, okay? So we should multiply 2 3/4 times 1/2. Now, before I can multiply 2 3/4 times 1/2, I have to take 2 3/4 and turn it into an improper fraction. And the steps that I want to use, Ms. Fowler calls MAD, okay? You want to multiply the denominator and the whole number, which in this case is 2 is the whole number and 4 is the denominator, and you get 8. And then you want to take that product and add it, the A in MAD stands for add it to the numerator, which is 3. 8 plus 3 is 11. And then you take that 11 and you make it your new numerator and you keep the original denominator. So 2 3/4 turned into an improper fraction is 11/4. So now I'm ready to multiply. So 11/4 times 1/2. Make some more space. Now, when I'm multiplying fractions, I want to multiply the two numerators together. So that's 11 times 1. And then I want to multiply the two denominators together. So that's 4 times 2. 11 times 1 is 11 for my new numerator, and 4 times 2 is 8 for my new denominator. Now, that may be an answer choice on a test. It may be. But then again, it may not be an improper fraction. So you have to take the improper fraction and turn it into a proper fraction. What operation do we use to turn an improper fraction into a proper fraction? Alexis. Make the 11 into a whole? What do you mean? Give me a little bit more information. Since 11 is more than the denominator, I can make a whole. How can I make a whole? What can I take away from this to make a whole? Yep, I can subtract 8 over 8. So that's one whole, right? Because I took a whole out. When I did 8 over 8, I subtracted a whole from 11 over 8. So that's one whole that I took away. How much is left over with 11 subtract? Well, how much is left over with 11 subtract 8? 3 for my numerator. And what's my denominator? Janie uses 1 3/8 yards of ribbon to decorate the bookmarks for her cousins. Go ahead and give Alexis and Giovanni and Malachi 2 PBIS points each for walking us through that process without dividing. They did it without dividing. And those persons who have the question correct get 6 points if it's correct in the chat. If it's incorrect, they still get 3 points for trying. So now let's turn our attention to Seesaw, where we're going to practice some more with this. And you already received the links to that Seesaw in your math class, WeSpace. But if you don't recall, I'll pull it up. Now, if you're in class and you have your workbook, you can open your workbook, and it's this book right here. You can open this up to page 146. Friends online, you're in Seesaw. You're looking for iReady instruction, multiplying mixed numbers and word problems, pages 146 to 151, and you want to click Add a Response. And Ms. Fowler always goes in as the sample student. So I'm going to go ahead and end the video right now where I was recording the debrief. And I'll drop it in the chat, the link to the video.